What's up? What's happening?
Let me come around.
Yeah. Go for it.
How we doing? What's up? Yeah, man. Good to see you guys. How y'all doing?
Good. Have a seat.
All right.
Welcome.
All right. What are we talking about? Dwight Howard? Wow.
Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter.
So, welcome to Patriots Unfiltered, Hunter.
All right.
So, how's the workouts going? Did you get jacked this morning?
I tried my best, man. I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
Trying. Well, the workouts are good, though. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to have everybody back.
Are you a kind of guy who, I can't wait for the season to start, or, you know what, we need this time to get ready. Like, we can take our time here.
I like this time because it's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
It's a little bit slower, a slower pace, but you get to build connections with guys a little bit more off the field. You're not just diving into game plans and everything. So it's a pretty cool time.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, and I don't even know if you can answer this yet. You've had different offensive coordinators pretty much every year you've been here. To get Josh back, I think everybody's wondering, what did Josh learn? What's going to be different? I'm sure you probably don't even know yet, but do you have any sense? Are you curious of what's changed from when he was here in 2021?
Josh is going to be Josh, man. It's hard to say right now. It's so early, but I'm excited to have Josh here. He's a tremendous mind offensively. Enjoyed being with him in 21, so again, excited to kind of get that ball rolling again and kind of dive into the offense and really trying to master things. I think that's the biggest thing with everything. Just trying to execute everything at a high level because he's a great coach and demands a lot, and excited to be under him again.
You ever ask him about his fascination with the visor?
With the visor? I haven't. Or maybe y'all should ask him that.
Any chance to throw it all with Drake Maye? During I know it hasn't been a long off season because you're just getting back. But
yeah.
Have you guys had any of those or plans maybe?
We'll get plenty. We're going to get plenty for sure. Drake's a great guy, great quarterback. So there will be a lot of throwing sessions in our future. A lot of connections and time spent in the meeting room and then also on the field. So excited for those times.
So when you're sitting at home and the Patriots are making all these free agent acquisitions, are you thinking, I can't wait to meet these guys? And have you? And is there anyone that in particular he's like, oh, this guy's cool?
Man, I'm glad to add everybody. I haven't been able to meet everyone yet. It's kind of chaotic a little bit. It was all over the place, splitting workouts, just doing a lot. But yeah, I've met all the guys on the offense for sure, and excited to always add people. I feel like we did a good job of adding just good football players, but also just good people too, and going to add a lot to our locker room. So looking forward to that.
Yeah. Hunter, just how exciting is that? To see them bring in all these people. Kind of reminds me when you got here in 21 when you came in with a big free agency class. Does that reinvigorate the locker room a little bit?
It's always good to add good football players. Like I said, and hopefully they can add that. But we have a lot of work we got to put in together for sure. We got to come together as a team. We got to come together as a locker room, and we got to go out there and execute. So we have a long road ahead of us, but it's fun to always add good football players in the locker room, and excited to get to work with those guys.
They brought Hooper back too, teammate. How you guys complement each other? Good to have a guy back.
Yeah, I love Hoop, man. Really enjoyed my time just in the room with him on the field. We communicate really well. We're the same draft class, so same age, man. We've known each other for so long. To actually play with each other last year was just such a joy, and excited to kind of build upon that this next year.
So Hunter, I wanted to ask you, your new coach used to talk about this all the time when he was a player because Fred and I are 100 years old. We've been around long enough that he was playing when we were still covering. He used to always watch the draft, and he wasn't alone. Larry Izzo used to talk about this, and they just cross off the names of the guys at their position. Do you ever look at the draft and say, Tyler Warren, we don't need him. We just let him slide. Do you ever watch the draft in that way?
I don't know if I watch it that way. I always love seeing success for the tight end position, man. I feel like it's a little underappreciated maybe sometimes in the draft because I feel like when teams have a good tight end, they're usually a good football team. So I always just, I appreciate the tight end position. I feel like there's a lot of good tight ends coming out this year. And so I don't know if I watch it that way for sure, but there's a lot of good ones. If we add one, that would be great. We'd love to have him under my wing and teach him as much as I can, because I had a great guy when I came in the league, in Antonio Gates, and he taught me a ton and really took me under his wing. And I'm very, very thankful for that.
I want you to talk about your trip to Africa, because you took that with your wife during the off season. But first, we have a Claire from England who is like our biggest fan of tight ends.
Oh yeah, I love
the
it.
tight ends.
Yeah.
Loves them.
Great.
And hello everyone, hello Marine. I have to introduce her emails that way. And hello to the fabulous Hunter Henry, big fan. With the landscape of the sport changing just within the space of your career, what is the biggest difference that you feel impacts how you play your position as tight end?
Oh man, how the landscape of football
has
changed?
like how the offense has changed or rules have changed.
Man, I've gotten a lot of protection now, which is nice over the middle of the field a little bit. So maybe that could be a nice thing for me. Obviously, the game, it became a lot of a passing league for sure in the middle part of my career. I think it's reverting a little bit. It's circling back to definitely being run oriented a little bit. So, but definitely the passing league is always good. You love trying to make plays in the passing game. So a little bit of both. But I've always tried to be a guy that can be versatile in the way of being a value in the run game and a value in the pass game, and trying to take pride in both of those things. So I think that is always needed in this league, and it can be hard to find sometimes. I wouldn't say, lead in the blocking realm, but I try to take pride in it and really, really do a good job at it. And so I think being a versatile tight end and being able to do both is something I try to do myself.
How much your quarterback is mobile affect? Like, has that changed how you play a little bit more?
Definitely scramble drill is a big part of this league, and Drake obviously is very mobile, and so you always have to be available and be ready, because the play can be extended, and you kind of have to keep your eyes on him, kind of get a feel for where he likes things and work with them, because those extended plays are big plays in this league.
Yeah. So let's talk about your trip to Africa. Why did you go, and what did you experience there? And
it was it was a long time in the making. Feel like the first part was a mission trip. I went with a group called International Justice Mission. It's a group that me and my wife have been supporting for about 8 or 9 years. It's a Christian organization that fights human trafficking across the globe, and they have a headquarters office in Nairobi, Kenya. That's where we spent about 5 days. We were between there and a town called Mombasa, which is on the coast, and we were just meeting survivors, meeting people in the justice centers, meeting people that do the work on the front lines, and just the support that we've been able to provide in a way just to actually see it in person was just honestly life-changing, and just really, really meaningful for my wife and I. So it was really, really cool to be with that group for a couple of days. And then we went out kind of and did a safari for 5 or 6 days. That's always been on a bucket list of mine. So being able to kind of go do that, see all the animals, and just do that with me and my wife, and then some friends of ours, just got to cross that off the bucket list.
Did you have any encounters where this whatever rhinoceros is getting a little too close?
I've seen this stuff in internet clips.
Yeah.
It was there were a few sketchy times. I think the first day or two, we actually ran into we tracked down some lions that killed a buffalo, and they were about to eat dinner, and we were our driver just pulled up on the buffalo that was dead right there, and they were coming over to eat it, and we were all yo, because this is an
give this guy his space.
This is an open truck, right? It's a wide open truck. You could just jump out, or they could jump in. So it was definitely a little bit jarring, at first. But the driver's oh, don't worry. These lions are used to these trucks.
Yeah.
They don't even bother us in a way. And I was
okay.
all right, I put a lot of trust in you, and sure enough, look at me now. I'm made it back. So
how was the food?
Food was solid. African food definitely grew on me. I don't know if it was, there were some things maybe you don't like that you're not used to.
Buffalo steaks.
Just some things that are different, but it's good to try new cuisines,
Sure.
new cultures. So I really enjoy doing that.
Getting back to the mission work, if there's one thing that you'd want everybody to know, and/or how they can help or
Yeah, I
more?
mean,
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing with just international justice mission and just like human trafficking in general is like spreading awareness and like allowing people to know like that this is going on because in a lot of the areas in Kenya, these people just like are getting taken off the streets or taken from their families. Sometimes the families are selling the kids. It's terrible things to the in these communities that are so poor and so ridden, and there's a lot of people that don't even know that some of this stuff is going on. So just spreading awareness, obviously helping fund or giving in any aspect can always help in some aspect if your heart is called towards that. I would just call everybody to like just look into it. That was someone came and talked to me when I like in high school about like slavery and human trafficking, and I was like, I can't believe that's still going on to this day. And it just sparked interest in me at that time. It took me years until I was like, all right, you know what, this is something I want to support and get behind. But hopefully, if this can impact somebody, just a little bit of spark or a little bit of like curiosity to find out a little bit more and help spread the awareness. That's really what IJM is all about, and what we're trying to do is just spread awareness to try to eventually end this in our lifetime.
All right. Well, good work. All right. We'll let you get back. I know you have meetings and stuff you have to do. So
You don't want to ask him any scheme-related questions?
That's okay. We'll have time for that.
He's going to come with those.
You know the
I'll be
call.
ready. I'm not going to say
He's a
anything
ball
either.
knower.
He doesn't say
you'll
anything.
see it on the
He's
field.
good.
You'll see it on the field. You'll see
we
it.
appreciate you stopping in anytime.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
All
guys.
right.
Thanks,
Hunter.
All right, man.
Hunter Henry.
Yep. See you
Thanks.
guys.
All right.
Have a good one.